Hello everyone, so today we're going to do a cosmology video. Okay, so every once in a while I like to talk about, things that I'm interested on this channel besides the regular stuff that I talk about. So I proposed a theory at least 10 years ago from this point. The idea of this theory is that mass creates time, and if you remove mass, time basically accelerates almost to its end point. Okay, so here's what this is based on. Most mathematicians, scientists will agree that time slows down around masses. Okay, so if you go, let's say, to a black hole, okay, from our perspective, time almost slows down. So if you got something that's going into a black hole, as it approaches it, it almost seems to stop as it approaches it. From our perspective, from the perspective of the item going into the black hole, it basically just goes in. But the idea there is that time is really depends on where you are in the universe. Okay, so the theory here is that if masses slow down time, okay, then the absence of mass speeds up time. So if you were to travel to a point between two galaxies, okay, time would speed up a lot. Okay, so I think that this kind of explains why the rate at which the universe is expanding seems to be increasing. And that is because when we're looking across the universe, okay, as we're looking through the universe, especially as we go between galaxies, in those spots, time has accelerated. So when we're looking out into space, right, we're actually looking at it in the future, okay, and that, again, that's because time accelerates as you get further away from a mass. Now, this is a theory that has been proven, because if you have an atomic clock here on Earth and then you have an atomic clock in space, right, orbiting the Earth, the clock in space is running a little bit faster. Okay, in fact, with GPS satellites, they have to actually factor this into the equations and computations, because the way GPS works is you got three satellites, signal goes up, and then basically based on the time that it takes for your signal to reach each of these three satellites and get back to you, that's how a computer figures out where you're at. So the point there is that it's been proven, okay, that mass slows down time and lack of mass speeds up time. And what I think that hasn't been really considered is, what happens when you get to an area of the universe that has very little mass, right? Such as between two galaxies, right? Time would really accelerate. Okay, so again, this is something I've done a couple of videos on. This is something I came up with about 10 years ago, and I think this is something that needs to be explored and researched, more by mathematicians and scientists. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to y'all soon. One more thing I wanted to add to this, and that's the idea that, hey, when you're looking at a very distant star, right, it takes time for that light to get to us, right? So when we're looking at the sun, basically we're looking at it 8 minutes ago. Okay, so when we're looking at a distant star, right, many galaxies away, yes, we are looking at it, that we're looking at that light in the past, okay, but as that light is traveling through space, it's there's also an offsetting effect of time is speeding up between the galaxies. Okay, so I think, okay, that actually, again, even though we're looking at the light from the past, it's accelerated and offset by the fact that time has speed up through the galaxies. And again, I think this kind of explains why the universe seems to be expanding at an increasing rate.